why they ask those questions, and how you should answer those questions, or should you answer those questions at all. Now, these questions are in no particular order, and they may ask you all of those or none. But generally, you will be asked at least one of these questions when you're stopped in your car. Question number 1. Do you know why I pulled you over?
Every time I've been pulled over, that's the first question they ask me. And no, officer, I have no idea. Not, yeah, I was speeding. Or maybe, did I run that red light? Or you just incriminated yourself? No, officer, I've got no idea.
Or do you know why I stopped you? Now, the reason they ask that question is so you can incriminate yourself. So you might answer, I was only going 5 k's over the limit. You've just incriminated yourself. You have just admitted to a driving offence. So the simple answer to the question is
I was drunk,
no.
officer?
That's it. That easy. Do you know why I've pulled you over?
What?
No, I've got no idea. The second question you might be asked is, do you know how fast you were going? Now, what they're expecting you to say is,
don't say no.
No, sorry, I've got no idea. Or again, they might be hoping that you incriminate yourself by saying, oh, but I was only just over the limit. If you say the latter, you've just admitted to having committed a traffic offence and you will be issued with a ticket. The correct answer to give to that question would be the speed limit. Do not say, I don't know, because anything you say is recorded. So if you say, I don't know, and then the officer issues you with a ticket, and 3 months later you turn up to court to fight that ticket, and in your defence you say, but I was only going the speed limit. The officer will then pull up the recording of you saying, I don't know how fast I was going. He has just shown you up to be lying, because 3 months earlier he has recorded you saying that you didn't know how fast you were going. Then 3 months later, when you're sitting in court, you're saying you were going the speed limit. How do you know? If you didn't know at the time, how do you know 3 months later? So the correct answer to that question is always the speed limit or just below the speed limit. Simple. And the third question will mainly apply to younger people and maybe people that look a bit suspect or dodgy. The officer will ask, can I search your car, or can I have a look through your car?
Absolutely not.
The answer to that is always no. No. No, you can't. The reason they're asking that question is because they've got no cause to search your car. They have no reasonable suspicion. That's the term that's used in Australia. You've got to have reasonable suspicion to be able to search that car. And there's ways that police can build reasonable suspicion. We're not going into that today. That could be another video if you're interested in that. However, if they're asking you that question, they don't have reasonable suspicion, so they've got no reason to search your car, and they're just fishing. So they're saying, can I search your car? If you say yes, and then if they search your car and they find something, they've got you on record saying that you gave them permission to search their car. So the answer to that question is always no. In future videos, I can go into a lot of this stuff for people that are interested. Or if there's a video specifically you want me to make, leave a comment down below and give me some video ideas of stuff that you might want to know. Now, the stuff I've spoke about applies in Australia. I'm using terms that are used in Australia. For example, if you're in the US, you've got similar rules, but they might not be the same and there might be different wording. Instead of reasonable suspicion, they might say probable cause. Probable cause doesn't really exist in Australia. Not for traffic stops and that sort of stuff anyway. So if you're based in Australia, don't get your legal advice from America or from England or from New Zealand, because they're all different. They've got different rules. Different rules apply in different countries. And if you do get yourself in trouble, go get some legal advice.
Say nothing. Say nothing. All right. What else did I find? Can police arrest you for questioning? What that's about. Is this the same guy?
Welcome back to the Aussie Prepper channel, and welcome back to another video. Now, the rules I'm specifically talking about apply in New South Wales, but very, very similar laws apply all over Australia. Now, today's question is a question that's come up quite a few times, and it is, can police arrest you for questioning? The simple answer is no. No, they cannot arrest you for questioning. Police can ask you to come to the station for questioning or come down to the station for an interview, but you do not have to comply and you do not have to go. And I would highly recommend seeking competent legal advice prior to attending the police station for an interview or for questioning. If police had enough evidence against you, they would have already arrested you. So when they're asking you to come down to the police station for questioning, they're basically trying to get more information, or they're trying to get information from you that will convict you or link you to an offence. And again, if they had sufficient evidence against you already, you would have already been arrested and taken to the police station. Now, once you are arrested, they can then ask you to submit to an interview, which you can also refuse. You do not have to speak to police when you're arrested. You do not have to submit to an interview. I would highly recommend, again, seeking legal advice if you have been arrested for an offence and police ask you to be interviewed. But in short, no, police cannot.
In Australia, we have we don't have Miranda warnings or anything like that, but we have an option of what's called what's it called? There's a name for it, but if you're in a police interview, you can literally say, no answer, not answering. No, not answering. I can't remember the name of it. It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Arrest you for the purpose of an interview. However, they can arrest you if they believe that they have enough evidence against you to charge you, and then they can ask you for an interview, not the other way around. They can ask you for an interview, but they can't arrest you unless they have enough evidence. I hope that's not too confusing. So what police will often do, if they suspect you may have been involved in an incident, but they don't have enough evidence, they will ask you to come to the station and be questioned or interviewed, in the hope that you will comply with their request, in the hope that then they may be able to get more.
No comment. No comment. That's what you can say. So throughout, you can go through a 2-hour interview with the police, and in every option say no comment, no comment. In fact, my brother, when he was younger, came home with a recording, a police recorded interview on a CD, and all he said was no comment, no comment, no comment. That would infuriate me, absolutely infuriate me.
More information from you that will incriminate you in the offence, that will give them enough evidence to then arrest and charge you. A lot of people feel obliged that they have to comply if police come up to them and say, can you come down to the station for questioning? You don't have to do it. You don't have to go there, okay? Just keep that in mind. They're requesting you, and the fact that it's police asking you to do something, most people think that they have to comply with that request. It's like a psychological thing. The police officer comes up to you, goes, hey, can you come down to the police station? We need to ask you some questions. Most people will go, oh, yeah, okay. And they will turn up the police station. And
the no comment interview is like our version of the fifth. Just more, I don't know, arrogant, I suppose. Like, no comment, no comment, no comment.
they then may end up getting arrested because they've opened their mouth. You do not have to attend the station.
And how many times have we actually seen that in the last few trials that we've done? Sarah Boone, Leilani Simon, all have mouths. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I want to hear.
No, you cannot be arrested for questioning. You can, however, be arrested if they already have enough evidence against you. Now, if you enjoyed...
Right, let's see. There was another one I found that was actually quite funny. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, what details do you have? This isn't what I was thinking of, but what details do you have to give police when driving in Australia?
Welcome back to the Aussie Prepper channel, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to discuss what questions you must answer when you're driving a car or when you are in control of a car, which may mean
not traveling, as the subsets would call it, but I was saying traveling.
that you are the owner of a car. And what I'm talking about mainly applies to New South Wales and Australia. However, other states have very, very similar laws. And if you are not 100% sure...
Oh, the other thing I wanted you guys to do, see how many slang words you can come up with in chat on what you call the police or law enforcement. I've given you one to start off, the popo. The popo. What else do we call them over here? The no, my brain. She no want to work today. I'll put it in chat when I remember it.
Maybe just look up your local laws just to confirm that it matches up to what I'm telling you here. If you're driving a car, and this is regardless of whether you are the owner of the car or just the driver, you must supply police with your name, your home address,
Jacks.
And your driver's license.
We call them the jacks. Yeah, the jacks were just here. The jacks pulled me over.
If you are the driver of the car involved in an accident, you must provide the same things. You must provide your name, your address, and your driver's license. Now, you must provide these three things to the driver of any other car that may have been involved in the same accident, or motorbike for that matter, or pedestrian, and to any person whose property was damaged in the accident. So maybe some person's fence, house, shop, etc. was damaged in the accident. You have to provide those details to that.
We don't have to provide proof of insurance over here. As part of our registration, our car registration, there is what's called a Transport Accident Commission or TAC component, which covers what's an insurance component basically, which covers any road accidents with regards to injuries and stuff that have, well, doesn't completely cover them, but yeah, we all have to pay a percentage of car registration goes to the TAC.
That person as well, or the owner of that property. And if police request, you are also obliged to provide a version of events surrounding the accident, which is your version of events surrounding the accident.